Hey guys, this is Lucas and welcome back to another video where we will today reproduce the page username. So the reason why I want to do this separately is because this will require additional step with the database. Okay, so in previous video I've created one user, but I will remove them now. Okay, so we have like an empty card. There was no user name table, and then we have a users, they're gone now. And so what we're gonna do, we will reproduce this page, okay, not this one, it's gonna be this one, username, into our new project. Okay, then we're gonna change the flow because obviously we will add additional page here, so we have to fit that username somewhere in between. Then we will create this database. Okay, so it's going to be a new table called usernames, and then we will link this table to our project. Okay, and then we will test it if everything will work. So let's do it. So the same way like the other time. Okay, I'm just gonna to duplicate this page. Okay, we will call it a username. Right, so we have one step done. Now we have to remove the content, so we will leave the app bar. I will remove that, so we have an empty page. We move back to our the Gumroad template. Okay, that's the username page. Now we will go on to up, copy, and paste. Okay, so let's see here, paste. Now, the reason why I, copy paste elements is that this template comes with integration with Firebase. So when you go into settings, let's say you purchase this template and you don't want to change anything, okay? You want to test this straight away, but you do want link this template to, let's say, Supabase, okay? So you will need to go to settings, remove this authentication and create to Supabase, for example, but that will cause you a lot of, have a look the books, 657 errors, because this template it's connected to the backend, and if you will just, disable this action and remove the connection with the Firebase and start working on the same template without copying and pasting to another project, you will have all those problems, and finding them will be like hassle. So the best practice is just to go back here, let's say, so we're gonna fix this. Okay, now the best practice will be you purchase this template, you keep the original here, then you launch this locally or just test in your browser, and if you like it and you know that which functions, which components or pages you would like to link to your new project, just open your project and start redesigning this template the way you want it and link to the Supabase. So this is what we're doing now. So let's say I purchased this template, I have a new project. In the last video, we just created a few pages there. We onboard successfully first, user. We didn't have a username that time, so now today we will work on that part, okay? And then again, in the next videos, we're gonna do something with the chat, maybe with the feed, or maybe with the notification. It doesn't matter. We will recreate this template step by step, and if you would like to wait and see all those videos, then fine. But I suggest you to get the copy of my template and work with me during this time when I will, redesign a little and, reconnect to new to new database. I would like you to do it with me, so obviously you will learn with me while I'm doing, okay? Because now when you're gonna watch all those videos, later you're gonna, make a decision to actually purchase this template. And now you will have to go back again to all those videos and watch them once again to see how the things work, okay? So let's go back. We have this username page created. We have 8 books, obviously. We have it because it's linked to Firebase. but don't worry, we will remove them in a few seconds. So now we have to go back to, so we copied and paste this page. Now we need to go to Supabase and create a table. So new table. It will be a table of usernames. Okay, I will disable this. It's not necessary right now to have this. And now in the table, all we're gonna have, it's going to be the ID, but the ID, what I want to do, it will be an ID linked to the user table and to user ID. And I tell you why I'm doing this. When I create an ID and then username, and the ID will be generated, then I will be not, well, I might be able, but it will be hard to edit this name. Once I do it this way, yeah, so I link this to user ID, this user, yeah, in the table will own that row. That means he will be able, or she, edit this username anytime he wants or she wants. And this way we will have this effect that when you, let's say I'm Lucas and I created my username Lucas, but then I would like to change it to Lucas 2, my other username, which is Lucas, will be immediately available. So that will, do this effect that if another Lucas will come and would like to have that Lucas, that's fine. Because sometimes you can see on the social media platforms and in my other apps, I had the same error. And especially with the Firebase, I couldn't change or edit. And there was a effect that we have like thousands of people. They changed their names. So there was like Lucas, Lucas 1, Lucas 2, Lucas 3, but those Lucas 1, 2, 3, those names was not used anymore, but they are, parked there. So obviously this is the way I'm doing right now. I allow users to edit and yeah, so we free the name that is not used anymore. Okay, so we cascade when it's updated. So we have that, double check. Okay, now, and so we have that linked, and then we add another thing. Here will be username, okay, and the username will be text, and can't be nullable. Bam bam. Okay, now save. So we have a table. It's linked to the user, and we have a user tables too. Okay, so now we go back to our project. Go to your settings, Supabase, get schema, and you have now usernames, primary key, and everything looks fine. Okay, so go back to the project, and now we need to link this new component or whatever that section to the new table. So now here, we open that and we have this element. Okay, so this is sign up form. So I wrapped into sign up form all those elements, and the reason why I'm doing that is I want to interact with the buttons as well. So for example, when username will be taken, okay, this button should be not active, okay, and this text should appear. And those elements here should, display depend on either it's the username is available or not. So we're gonna go to sign up form. We have a query collection. This query collection is old query from the old backend. So all we need to do, let me just remove that. Okay, I could edit, but I just want to remove it. Now we're gonna do to Supabase query. We're gonna do usernames. List of rows, because we need to check all the rows if the username is available. There's no filter, there's no ordering in place. Confirm. Done. That's the one step. Now we're gonna open that, and we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that it's actually changing depend on the username if it's available or not. So let's go back here and stack first. Now, if username is set not empty, so if this input is set not empty, then the stack will be interacting with the inputs. Okay, so that's correct. Now approved. So let's just remove that so we can see it. Now denied. Okay. Now we need to get the username value from that row. Okay, from the table, from the row. So we need to go back here and then say username rows. Okay, filter list items, then condition will be single condition, and now we need to access that item in list, but not like without the changes. We need to get the name column. Okay, so now you get the row field, which is the column of username. Okay, it's equal to, and then we're gonna do from widget state username. So if the name that is in this row, the username, let's say Lucas, will match the name of the input, and this will be number of items, no changes, is greater than 0. Okay, so this will be available, this will be visible. So it will be saying that, okay, there is Lucas name in this, table more than 0. So it's a 1 plus, okay, but it should be only 1 at maximum because you can't have doubles. Okay, so that's the function here, the condition. Now we will close this. Then we go to approved. Okay, and now we have to do exactly the same. So we have to filter the username from that table. So now we're gonna do username rows. Okay, it will be filter list items, and we need to filter them by username, not ID, by username. So now it's a condition, single condition, first value will be item in list, get row fields, and it will be username. Okay, it's equal to, and then we have to do input again. Okay, so we have that input username, and number of items, no changes. Okay, it's equal, it's equal to 0. Okay, so we have that. Next step, we have a button. Okay, button have this disable option. Okay, so obviously will be gray if the name is there already in the database. So again, we have to do exactly the same step. So username row, again, filter list item, this will be condition, single condition. We're gonna do first value item in list, get row field, username, it's equal to widget state. Okay, username, continue, and this will be number of items. Okay, it's greater than 0. Perfect. Okay, so we have that. For errors, now navigation, we have property override as using a string property, not property. Okay, now we have to go to here. Now this is unknown. Okay, so that's the error. I don't know why when I click on any it should navigate me, but it doesn't, so I don't know why. String property, not properly. Okay, here. Why? This is from the app state, so we have to remove that. Okay, and we're gonna call this initial value from the app state. As you remember from the previous video, whole registration before we onboard users, so before we authenticate user to the app, okay, create his profile and everything, we store all the data in the local state, okay, in the app state. The reason why is that so we collect all the data first, and then at the last step, which is this legal policies, user will accept the terms and will be onboarded. Okay, so will be registered to the app. The reason why I'm doing this, I already explained in the previous video, so you can watch it. So right now we add this initial value from sign up user, okay, get data structure field, it will be username. And why I'm doing this is if you navigate, let's say you type Marcus, okay, but then you want to change your, I don't know, password, so you can navigate back. So when you navigate back, this data will be already stored locally. So when you go again next step and go back to this one, that already will be here, so that will be secured. Okay, so your name will be already displayed here. So that's what I'm doing this. Okay, so we have that, so that's 3 errors. What else we have here? Local state field, sign up user, blah blah blah. Okay, so that's going to be later. Navigation has to be done, and here on this text is the same conditions. We have to do exactly the same. We need to, this will be shown if the username already exists. So if it's more than 0, okay? So now we have to do exactly the same steps like we did before. So we have a username rows, okay? Filter list item, condition will be simple, single condition, first value will be item in list, and we're gonna get that username from it. Okay, it's equal to, again, to the sign up input, okay, this username. So widget state username, okay, this will be number of items, no changes, is greater than 0. Okay, we have that. And the second condition that I have here, that this will only interact when the username input will be not empty. So when you start typing, this already will interact with it. Okay, so that's why it's happening immediately in the real time. So now we close this. Okay, confirm. What else we have here now? Navigation, right? Okay, so what we need to do here is let's go to name. Okay, and because we have steps here, so let's go to preview this in the browser. So we have your name, the next step will be your password, the next step will be date of birth, the next step will be what's your name, the next step will be why is going to password. Okay, there's error here, so let me go back here and let me see what's going on. So we have a name, then we have a password. Okay, from password we navigate to date of birth, from date of birth we navigate to, okay, this is the error, so we navigate to so we have name, then password, date of birth, then username. Okay, so then we navigate to username. Okay, because as you can see, you added another page, so you need to reconnect this flow once again. Okay, so username. Okay, so we have that. So name, then you provide password, then you provide date of birth, then you provide your username, and from username should go to email. Okay, so this will navigate to select page email. Okay, and from email you should navigate to legal policies. Okay, so we have the last step, legal policies. Okay, that's what we have, right? So again, name, let's see, so you don't have to run this app, okay, just to check if everything works. You just could simply just navigate here. So you provide a name, so we know your password, so we can onboard you. Then we have date of birth, so we know your age. Then we do create a username, then we do email address, perfect, and then we do onboard. Okay, and then we register the user in here. Okay. Okay, and we have it, perfect. So the steps looks fine. Now username, we have an error here, so we have another app state update. Okay, so we need to update, So when you type this username, we need to update this name and store it in app state, okay? So in that button, you open the flow, so you validate a form, then this is removed, so obviously we're removing, and once again, we're just gonna do sign up user and update fields, and a field will be username, and this username will be coming from variable, and it's going to come from widget state username, okay? So we have that. Then we wait 2 seconds, and then we navigate to email. Perfect. Okay, as you can see, there's no errors now, so it should work. Let me just double check something. Okay, so we have collected all the data. Okay, we created a username. We should be able to check if the username exists, and then we should onboard user. So we're gonna register the user here, legal policies, and we need to edit the flow because now we create another table. So obviously we need to not only register the user, so create his profile, we also need to create another row in a table of usernames, so we have that stored and secured for that user, okay? So the one user will belong to one username. Now, I accept, so we have authentication, so we onboard user, that not changed. Then we create his profile, and in that stage, when we will have multiple different steps, I will add a little wait delay step here. So let's say wait delay, and I will do 500. The reason why I'm doing this, I just want to make sure that the user will be onboarded first. Okay, there will be half a second wait, then they will, create his profile, and then again we'll wait at action, wait half a second. It's not much, but it will help the app and UI to interact. And then we add another step, and it will be insert row. Okay, and this insert row will be a username. So we authenticate the user, we create his profile, and finally we create his username, and we store this in the backend, okay? Set fields, and now we're gonna do those two, okay? So user will be registered, which is the authenticated user ID, and username will be the one from app state, okay, that we stored already. So data structured, username. No default, you don't need that. Well, you might need it in your app. I'm not gonna do it here. Okay, so we have all that. So again, we register the user, we create his profile, we create a new username, we wait 2 seconds, and then navigate home. Perfect. Okay, that should work. So let's test this in app. Okay, so we have this test available now, so we can create. As you can see, there is no users, no authenticated users, no username tables, or well, the table is there, it's not the records, and there's no records in users. Okay, so now let's go back and let's start. So Lucas, that's my name, continue. Now we're gonna do like that. Date of birth will be whatever, so we just can select any. Again, you can modify those colors as you want. I don't know if you realized there was a little preloader because it was loading the data from the database. So obviously we are now ready to check if the username exists. So let's say I would like to be Lucas. So you can see in the real time, it's already there. And if you type just the first letter, it's like in a matter of half a second or even not, it's just interact with you. So that's cool. Lucas, and continue. So this is available because we have no records in our database. Now email will be l@l.com, continue, and then we accept. Okay, we should onboard user. Okay, we have it. Now you can see the user is created. Okay, So authenticated user is there. That's my email. That's my user ID. Now we go into table users. We have that user ID when created, name, email, date of birth, collected, and username. It matched this ID. So as I told you, this is necessary right now to access if you want to change from the edit profile section and edit this username. Okay, so we have that. So that's a success, right? Now we need to log out. And now what I need to do, okay, I did not do one step, which is important here. At the registration, you could do here, okay, add action, and here will be, okay, maybe we're gonna drop it here. So after 2 seconds, so we onboard user, we create his profile, username, whatever, we wait 2 seconds, and here we should app state, okay, update app state, and then we, from that sign up user, we clear the values, okay? The reason why we're doing that, because if you will log out, your phone will remember the data. So it might be a problem that if I will try to register the user, my old data should be displayed here as well. But let's see what's gonna happen. I add this, step here. So when we rebuild this app, it should work perfectly. So I forgot about it, but that's fine. Now let's try another name, Marcus. Okay, so we have a new user. Password will be whatever. Date of birth. Again, it's not important, it's just testing. You see, it remembers my name. So now you can see this app will interact. So let's say I am Marcus, but I would like to have a name Lucas. So, okay, Luca, it's available. If I type S, it's, Luca S, it's taken. If I do Lucas SS, it's nice. Again, as you can see, it works very fast. It's nice. Okay, so this is not available, so I can't click. Okay, so let's do Marcus. Marcus available. Okay, so now we have m@m.com. Again, this is only do me data, and we accept. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen now on the backend. Obviously, we have onboarded user. Now we have Marcus, his user ID, user is created, and authentication all there. So guys, it works fine. I hope you enjoy this one. This is one more step for the registration. And again, in that template, we have another step, which is a referral code. And this referral actually will work exactly the same way. So this is what I've done. Okay, so I have the same actually elements, but in a database, you will need to create another table, and this table will be the referral codes. Okay, so you will store except usernames, it will be referral codes. Okay, so that's all. Everything works fine. I'm not going to work on this one because obviously you have another one. Just as I said, just download this template and start creating your own project by duplicating the pages, components. And again, if you try to build something, just go through all those, fonts, gaps, sizes, colors, options, how I create this. It will allow you to learn a lot from this template as well. So it's not just, please don't do that. Yeah, what I will say now. Don't just copy and paste and forget about it. Because if you want to be a successful app developer, I'm not believing that you will be working in the next 2 years or something in Google. Okay, if you just start working with the FlutterFlow, this template is one to go because you have whole app designed and pre-prepared for you to learn from it. It's not about you're just gonna you know, copy this, or sorry, you will purchase this template and straight away you're gonna upload to the store, change maybe colors, and that's it. It's your app. It's not gonna work, because even though in future with the user, real users, I mean, you will have some errors in the app or some bugs, you need to understand the structure of the app and the way of, you know, how you can learn actually how to create and find the bugs. It's actually by duplicating the elements, navigate to each one, see what's going on here, how the, you know, how the hell this button works and what the steps are there, you know, like a, or even though like I told you about those 500 milliseconds, yes, which is half a second delays, why I'm doing them. Many of those people online will tell you just to go step by step, it should work. But sometimes there is a glitch and it might not work. And then you will be, you know, banging your head over the wall and try to find a solution for your problems. But yeah, just, you know, download the template, copy elements, walk through them, you know, connect them to your own Supabase. Until you don't have, I don't know, I think 100,000 users, you don't have to buy even these paid plans. You just learn, spend a few months and learn, redesign, learn, copy, paste, learn, you know, and I guarantee you'll be fine. You know, at the end of the day, if you really will put whole heart to it, you'll be okay to build your own apps in future and near future, because FlutterFlow is very powerful tool to work with. I'm telling you, 2 years ago, I have no fucking clue how to build anything. I was, you know, entrepreneur trying to run my own business. There was no enough money for the app development, and I wish this template was available that time, but it wasn't. So I have to learn from scratch by myself. If you will see my logs in GitHub, you will see that I've been working for past 2 years every day for 16, 17, 18 hours a day. Really. So guys, learn from it. It's not that expensive. For me as a businessman, I will make some money to cover expenses of my own business. That's what I'm selling this template. For you, it's a saving, so you don't have to spend tens of thousands or $5,000 or $3,000 on some, you know, online guru, let's say, course about how to build your app, because you will not build the app. You will need to learn from scratch how to do it, and, you know, invest in $300 to something that you have fully prepared. You will understand the process, and then if you want to build something different, I don't know, Airbnb clone or YouTube or whatever, you will understand how to do it, and this is the way of doing it. So $300, it's not that much. Download for your own purpose, for your own, you know, use. $300 and you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I will try to put more next week. I've created my new Patreon page where if you want to contact me and have some discussion, I really encourage you to go and do it there. I will no longer reply to messages from the community because I have too many and I need to focus on another stuff too. I have some students now. They got my this $5,000 you know, package. So we're building apps with them. So I'm very busy nowadays. But I promise I will try to do my best to, you know, make those videos more often and upload so much about this template, you know, and so you can learn from it, really. So guys, again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time.